Ragnarok isn't just a 2017 Thor sequel, it's also a huge part of Norse mythology. The Vikings, or the ancient Norse people, believed that a great battle would take place someday, in which all the Norse gods would die, and of course, natural disasters would follow. Then the world would end. It's basically the Viking apocalypse, but where does it come from? Long ago, Midgard Earth was home to Ask and Embla, the first humans crafted by the gods. With divine protection, humans thrived under Thor's watchful eye, facing chaos with ease. As winter approached, they prepared for challenges, aware that the gods' reign had an expiration date and a clash with evil awaited. Ragnarok struck, bringing an early winter with unexpected frosts and wrecking crops. Despite setbacks, people braced for Fimbulwinter, a prolonged sunless period. It's also one of the signs of the end of the world in Norse mythology. In coats, they faced the cold, nights grew longer, and the fear of a sunless world cast a shadow. As food supplies dwindled, hunger drove them to consume egg-laying chickens and even beloved pets. Those venturing to hunt in the biting cold became easy prey for Fenrir's offspring. Amid scarcity, men turned on each other, brothers clashed, and children rebelled. Chaos reigned, and war axes were stained with blood. Meanwhile, in Asgard, the Assyrian gods observed ominous signs of an inevitable clash between divine beings and chaotic forces. Ragnarok, the gods' twilight, unfolded after enduring 3 seemingly endless winters, bringing chaos to the human realm. Only a few escaped the brutal anarchy that followed. The stage was set for Ragnarok, the grand finale of the world. 2 wolves, claiming to be Fenrir's offspring, decided to take charge. Across the skies, one chased the moon, Hati, and the other pursued the sun, Skol. Celestial beings played a game of cat and mouse, but avoiding Fenrir's offspring was impossible. Eventually, the wolves caught their cosmic prey. The sun and moon were devoured. Darkness blanketed the world, signaling the imminent end. Yggdrasil, the world tree, couldn't contain the suspense and quaked violently. Mountains crumbled, a massive crack appeared, chaos erupted. The rock imprisoning Fenrir shattered. The colossal wolf was now free, hungry for revenge. Then, Jörmungandr, the world serpent, wreaked havoc in the waters, conjuring monstrous waves. Tsunamis crashed into coastal cities, wiping them off the map. But that's not all. This colossal snake threw a venomous bash, poisoning everything from tiny plankton to massive whales. Anything in its path met its death, intoxicated by this dreadful serpent. Meanwhile, Loki, the troublemaker, found himself locked up, enduring some seriously nasty torment. Just like his son Fenrir, his restraints gave way. Now, Loki wasn't nursing a broken heart, but harboring a burning desire. The total annihilation of those Asgardian gods. Loki took a stroll down to Helheim, the kingdom where souls with a less than honorable death ended up. Hell-bent on chaos, Loki's rule over this hellish realm was absolute. Hel, the queen of the dead, even handed her dad the keys to an army of the undead. You know things are about to get real when undead troops are involved. These Nordic zombies had one goal: to achieve the glory they missed out on in their previous lives. Thugr, the dragon chewing on the world's tree roots, carved out a massive tunnel for these dead troops to march into the land of the living. A blaze of flames signaled Muspelheim's army on the move. Led by the fierce Sutir, the giant with a flaming sword, these fire giants from the Flaming Lands were out to burn everything in their path. Meanwhile, ice giants from Jotunheim hopped on colossal ships made of human nails, sailing straight to Vigrid, the chosen battlefield between gods and chaos. Heimdall, the god's guardian, had his doubts put to rest. Ragnarok had kicked off. The god blew the Horn, and its echo resonated across the universe. The sound wasn't a jingle. It was the warning everyone dreaded. The era of the Norse gods was about to wrap up, and the mother of all battles was about to kick off. Heimdall blasted his horn, ringing it loud and clear. The final battle day had finally rolled around. Chaos, under the command of the mischief maker Loki, was itching to take down the gods, using every trick in the book. And if that shocked you as much as it shocked us, make sure to hit that like button and subscribe to this channel for more content like this. But hey, our Asgardian heroes knew this epic face-off was on the horizon, and they were ready for it. Valhalla's gates swung wide open. Out came warriors, forming the epic army of none other than Odin himself. These weren't ordinary people. These were the bravest of the brave. People who bit the dust, fought valiantly on battlefields when they were alive. The Valkyries snagged them up and dropped them in the Hall of Valhalla, where they patiently waited to flex their courage muscles once more, fighting side by side with the gods during Ragnarok. As the godly army clashed with the colossal Jotunheim giants, chaos ensued. The Bifrost Bridge collapsed, and part of the divine forces took an unexpected plunge into the waters. While Asgardians cheered, the gods refused to hide behind their walls. Their destiny was to confront darkness head-on. Mounted on his majestic eight-legged horse, Odin commanded the attack. The collision between the godly forces and the giant army felt like an earthquake, shaking even Yggdrasil, the world tree. Thor, the godly champion, unleashed his fury, smashing heads and creating chaos on the battlefield. It was a battle of epic proportions. In the epic clash, ice giants, led by Rimthur, squared off against Odin's crew. Meanwhile, Loki orchestrated Hel's undead army, a bunch of souls with a checkered past. Freyr, the Vanir god, boldly confronted Surtur, the hotshot from Muspelheim's fire giants. Despite Freyr's best efforts, Surtur, with his flaming sword, delivered the decisive blow. Regret filled Freyr as he crumbled on the battlefield, the first god to fall. Tyr, the warrior guard who sacrificed his hand to trap Fenrir, faced Garmr, Hel's wolf defender. Against the odds, Tyr managed to strike the hellish beast before meeting his own demise. Now, the battlefield trembled, with Jormungandr, the world serpent, ready for action. The creature spewed out a deadly mist that took down the gods' warriors. Thor, feeling a rush of excitement, knew the decisive battle with his old nemesis was finally here. Jormungandr, the massive serpent. The face-off was pure epicness. The serpent tried to gobble Thor, who danced around, dishing out hammer blows like a pro. Thor managed to land a hit, sending Jormungandr crashing into the ground. Wounded, but not out, Thor delivered a killer blow to the serpent's noggin. Asgardians celebrated their champ's win. But here's the thing. Thor's strike cracked open Jormungandr's poison stash, releasing a toxic cloud. Thor, sadly, dropped dead, poisoned by his victory. Now with their star player out, the gods faced an even tougher battle against chaos. Fenrir, the monstrous wolf and Loki's kid, went on a feast, but his eyes were set on Odin, his mortal foe. Odin, the top god in Asgard, knew the inevitable showdown with Loki's son was coming. He wasn't about to dodge that showdown. Odin's birds, the ravens Hugin and Munin, swooped in against Fenrir, but Odin's fate was sealed in this clash. Fenrir unleashed his mighty jaws and devoured the chief of the gods. Post his win against Yggdrasil's wisest, a wave of hate filled the hearts of the remaining fighters. Odin's son, Vidar, fueled by fury and mighty strength, pounced on Fenrir. The wolf tried to bite him, but Vidar planted his feet in the wolf's tongue and, with Herculean arms, pushed those gnashing teeth away. The force he unleashed was so colossal that he ripped Fenrir's jaw in half. That monstrous wolf is toast. Even with the loss of his son, Loki couldn't help but relish the chaos, watching the gods tumble one after the other. And then came Heimdall, the guardian of the Rainbow Bridge, dancing through the events between Hel's army of the dead, all heading Loki's way. Heimdall and Loki locked horns, and their duel played out like a deadly dance, blow after blow. But this duel had no winner. Both met their end. The giant Surtur, with his blazing sword, set the world on fire, flames swallowing everything in their fiery embrace. After the epic clash, there were no fighters left on either side, just ashes. A total wipeout. Flames roared into Asgard, turning palaces into rivers of fire. The ocean swelled, causing a colossal flood that swept the earth clean. It was like a cosmic reset button. The era of the Norse gods was officially over. As the floodwaters retreated, a rejuvenated earth emerged, and life blossomed once more. A new sun illuminated the world, dispelling the lingering darkness. Yggdrasil, the mighty world tree, had fallen during Ragnarok, but within its remains lay a secret. The gods had hidden a mortal couple, ensuring the survival of the human race. As Asgard faded away, a new kingdom, Ithavoll, took its place. 6 gods, including Odin's sons, Vithar and Vali, presided over this fresh realm. In this next chapter, Thor's sons, Modi and Magni, carried their father's legendary hammer. Baldur and Hudor, emerging from the world of the dead, claimed the final seats in this new kingdom. Reminiscing about the old ways, they stumbled upon the golden chess pieces the gods once used. Inspired, they decided to embark on a new round of the age-old game, signaling the beginning of a fresh cycle. But if you want to learn more about Thor, the god of thunder, make sure you click on this next video.